Mental disease is a chronic disorder of the brain that induces changes of perception, actions, strength, or emotion that makes it impossible to deal with the ordinary demands of life. LarkAI Healthcare is presenting yet another episode on mental health. Emotional and mental health is important because it's a crucial part of your life and impacts your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. This plays an important role in the health of your relationships and helps you to adapt to changes in your life and to cope with adversity. Just like a number of other artists, J.K. Rowling also has undergone depression. Yes, the one who wrote Harry Potter. Before she became J.K. Rowling, Joanne Rowling was a single mother who was homeless. Depression struck Rowling after her first engagement broke down 2 years later. Clinically, she became depressed and occasionally attempted suicide. With her own terms, she found herself to be poor, as she could be with modern Britain without being homeless. Rowling later looked back at the time of her career and said, "I was the biggest failure I had ever known." It's so difficult to describe depression to someone who's never been there because it's not sadness, but it's that cold absence of feeling, that really hollowed out feeling. So where the healing began? Tears started to fall as she stepped into the small lounge room where she laid the ink on the paper for the first time. She added, "It is when I first turned my life around. My life has changed so much in this house. I know like I truly have been myself here. Everything has been taken down. I must have made such a mess of things." To Rowling, jumping into her literary world was the only way to shift her attention from the river of misfortunes that threatened to destroy her soul. At some point, she understood that channeling her passion into the one thing that kept her moving, that kept her dreaming, might have been the thing that actually kept her alive. "I just thought I want to write, so I wrote the book. What was the worst that could happen? It could get turned down by every publisher in Britain. Big deal." It took Rowling 5 long and challenging years of writing and a series of rejections from a dozen distinct publishers. But the young author persevered and eventually triumphed. Published by Bloomsbury in June 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone erupted almost immediately into a worldwide hit. 7 sequels later, the Harry Potter franchise broke record after record, sold 450 million copies in 78 languages worldwide, spawned 8 blockbuster film adaptations, and influenced a generation of young readers from around the world. Today, the author of the most famous novel franchise in history comes from far away, passing through tremendous personal struggles, misery, and despair on the road to being the inspiration she is today. It's easy to expect celebrities to have it all, but behind the locked doors of lavish mansions, plenty of them are convincing ongoing struggles with mental illness. Happiness is essential, but emotional well-being is necessary. We don't need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. Grow through what you go through. Like and subscribe to LarkAI Healthcare for more on mental health. Stay tuned.